Hey guys, it's NPC here. So it's been a few days since New Year's Aru has been released, and I want to take some time and talk about my thoughts on her kit. Before we get into the video, can you guys do me a favor? You see that subscribe button there? Can you click it for me? Thanks, I appreciate it a lot. So I've been playtesting Aru in this current event and in Chase. And firstly I can say that her character design is really nice, and her chibi is really cute. And I think that Nat Games is doing a pretty good job with the new characters they're releasing. I've been having a lot of fun messing around with her, and her EX skill feels pretty impactful. The sound design's really good, and it's something you rarely see in video games. It makes you feel really good whenever you use that ability. That being said, let's talk about her skill kit. At first I didn't really understand her skills based on what I read. Her sub-skill was kind of a bit confusing. I didn't really understand why she would get reduced defense based on her bad deed stacks. So from what I understand, her sub-skill gives her 1 stack of bad deeds every 6 enemies defeated by allies. Aru can hold 3 to 6 stacks based on the skill level, and her defense is lowered for every stack held. So initially I thought the skill was absolutely garbage. Why would you give a character a stacking debuff with no real merit to it? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this demerit doesn't really do anything. So New Year's Aru is placed in the back position, which means she's less likely to get targeted by enemies. And her weapon of choice is the sniper. So what that means is her attack stats are really high, but usually defensive stats suffer because of this. That being said, Aru's defense is really low, so the stacking debuff doesn't really do anything. Like, if you had 100 defense and you lower it by 5%, you just lose 5 defense. It's like almost nothing. So that's when I realized, oh, this demerit might actually not do anything. And to top it off, her sub-skill gives her HP, so that compensates for basically the defense reduction demerit. It effectively just nullifies it. Now that her sub-skill and passive are out of the way, let's move on to her EX skill. This skill fires a projectile dealing damage to an enemy. This skill bounces up to 11 times to surrounding enemies that haven't been hit by the ability. This means that all enemies will only be hit once. This ability also consumes all of Aru's bad deed stacks, restoring 0.5 to 0.7 cost per stack. So what that does is it makes Aru's EX skill actually really cheap. Initially you see 6 cost, you think this is really expensive for just a minor AoE. Like, even Chirino's better. But the more stacks you get and the higher level her sub skill is, the more cost you get refunded. At base, you only get 1.5 cost with 3 stacks, but if you have level 5 EX and level 10 sub skill, you get refunded 4.2 cost, which is basically another free EX ability. This at first seemed like it was going to be really annoying to play around, but the more I messed around with it, the more I felt like this is actually just a free EX skill. Like, yeah, sometimes it's annoying and you don't have the stacks to reduce the cost, but when you do, you get so much value out of it. The more I messed around with it, the more I realized this is essentially a 10 cost ability, because you use the initial 6 cost and then you get refunded 4.2 for another burst skill. This is very useful for raids with really short burst damage windows, such as Chase. Her normal skill is effectively a weaker version of her base form's EX skill, which, to be fair, is a really good ability. And to top it off, the thing that completely blew my mind with her is that her 2-star unique weapon gives her attack speed. Yes, you heard right. Aru gains a significant amount of attack speed for upgrading her unique weapon to 2-star. Now what blew my mind was, traditionally, sniper characters have high attack, low attack speed. So what happens when you give a high attacking character more attack speed? You just effectively increase her auto attack damage by a ton. So considering all of this led me to believe that Years Aru has potential to be one of the most broken yellow characters in the game. Not like a nuker, but you can kind of think of her like a Serika? Even a Kari to a point. She has really good wave clear for PvE and chase, and she has potential to be one of the best auto-attacking yellow DPS characters in the game. She's not going to nuke the boss for you, but she seems like a very, very versatile character to have. That's all. Thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of the video, remember to subscribe, and have a nice day. NPC out.
キボトスで行われる。
さあ、私の番か。回数を ゲットを直撃。はじけろ。私もう怒ったんだから。最高。しゃべき。覚悟してくださいね。はじけろ。悔しい。悔しい。ダウン。先生の曲はくらえ。私は今心から燃え上がっている。
みんなご苦労様でした。キボトスで行われる勇猛精進。さあ始めるわよ。移動するわ。安全を確保したわ。
痛いの痛いの。
助かるわ。
痛いの痛いの。
感謝するわ。
飛んでけ。
しっかりと見てなさい。あれ次行くわよ。
痛いの痛いの。
助かるわ。しっかりと見てなさい。あれ
痛いの痛いの。
感謝するわ。
痛いの痛いの。
助かるわ。これぐらい朝飯前。ここで引いて